Lewis Hamilton has made a decision that shocked not only the Ferrari team but the entire Formula One world. After months of struggles, missed chances, and a car that simply hasn't lived up to expectations, Hamilton decided that enough is enough. In a bold and unexpected move, he has asked Ferrari to stop focusing on the SF-25 and instead put all their attention and resources into the 2026 car. This isn't something he quietly mentioned behind the scenes. He made it public. And that's why this decision has created such a big impact. For a driver to suggest ending development on a current season's car so early in the year is very rare. But to do so as openly and directly as Hamilton did is almost unheard of, especially at Ferrari. The timing is what makes this even more shocking. We're not at the end of the season. We're just entering the summer run with several important races still ahead. Yet Hamilton, a 7-time world champion and one of the most experienced and respected drivers on the grid, has made it clear. He doesn't believe the SF-25 can be fixed, and he wants Ferrari to stop wasting time on it. This decision has caught many by surprise. Fred Vasseur, Ferrari's team principal, was still holding on to hope that the SF-25 could improve. He believed that the updates coming in the next few races could make the car more competitive. Charles Leclerc also had not given up on the season. He had been calling races like Barcelona turning points and was eager to see how the next updates would affect the car. But Hamilton's decision changes everything. When a driver of Hamilton's status speaks so clearly and publicly, it sends a message far beyond the garage. It's not just about the car anymore. It's about leadership, direction, and vision. Hamilton is not only saying that the SF-25 is flawed, he's demanding a change in how Ferrari operates. He wants them to stop chasing a dream that is no longer realistic and to start building towards something better. Since joining Ferrari, Hamilton has faced more problems than progress. The SF-25 was meant to be a big step forward. It was designed to compete with Red Bull and McLaren, with better grip, improved aerodynamics and more consistent handling. But it didn't deliver. The car has been unstable, unpredictable, and extremely difficult to drive. Even small changes in setup can completely throw off its performance. And worse than that, it doesn't seem to respond well to upgrades. From the very start of the 2025 season, things have gone wrong. In Australia, Hamilton's pace disappeared during key stints. In China, he was disqualified due to a technical issue involving the car's ride height, even after winning the sprint race. In Spain, he was overtaken by a slower Sauber. And in Monaco, a GPS problem during qualifying meant he was penalized and had no chance in the race. These are not just unlucky weekends, they are signs of a deeper issue with the SF-25. Hamilton knows what it takes to win. He knows what a top car should feel like, and what he's driving now isn't close. Despite a few bright moments, he's stuck in 6th in the drivers' standings. He's far behind the leaders and nowhere near the fight for the championship. Meanwhile, Charles Leclerc has managed to get all 3 of Ferrari's podiums this season. That only adds more pressure and more questions about what's gone wrong on Hamilton's side of the garage. This is why Hamilton wants to hit the reset button. He's asking Ferrari to forget 2025 and start focusing entirely on 2026. That year will bring a huge change to Formula One. New rules are coming in. Active aerodynamics, 50% hybrid power, and fully sustainable fuels will completely change how the cars are built and how they behave. The car that Ferrari is planning for 2026 is called Project 678, and Hamilton wants the team to build that car around him. This is not a small request. It's a huge shift in focus. It means accepting that this season is already lost. It means stopping upgrades to the current car and redirecting engineers, designers, and technicians to the 2026 car. That kind of decision affects everything: strategy, budget, staffing, and team morale. Until now, Ferrari had resisted making this move. Fred Vasseur still hoped that updates to the floor and the rear suspension could unlock the SF-25's performance. There was still some belief inside Ferrari that the season could be saved or at least improved. But Hamilton's public statement has forced everyone to take a hard look at reality. If your star driver, the person you've invested millions into, says it's time to move on, how can you ignore that? This situation also creates a challenge for Charles Leclerc. He has not asked the team to give up. In fact, he has shown signs of belief in the upgrades and in the team's current direction. He wanted to wait for the next few races before making any big decisions. Now, with Hamilton pulling in a different direction, the unity inside Ferrari is being tested. Will Ferrari try to do both things at once, keep developing the SF-25 while also building the 2026 car? Or will they follow Hamilton's lead and go all in on the future? That's a tough choice. Splitting focus usually leads to weaker results in both areas, but giving up on the current season too early can also damage the team's reputation and morale. Behind closed doors, there are already signs that Hamilton's words are having an effect. Reports from inside Maranello say that wind tunnel time is being moved to the 2026 car. Some simulation programs are being changed to focus on Project 678. The rear suspension upgrade, once seen as the key to saving the SF-25 season, may now be the final major update to the car. This shift is important because Formula One development takes time. Every week matters. The teams that start earlier on their 2026 projects will have an advantage when the new rules come in. Mercedes, Red Bull, Audi, Porsche and Honda are all working on their future cars. If Ferrari waits too long, they risk starting behind once again. Hamilton knows this. That's why he's pushing so hard for action now. He's not just trying to save his own season. He's making a strategic move to put Ferrari in the best position for the future. He wants them to give him a car that can finally compete for the title. And he knows that it has to start today, not in November, not after Abu Dhabi, but right now. But there's a cost to this decision. If Ferrari abandons 2025, they're basically admitting that the season has failed. That can be hard for a team like Ferrari to accept. It also means that for the rest of the year, both Hamilton and Leclerc will be racing mainly for data. They'll be testing setups, trying new ideas, and gathering information, not fighting. For wins. That's not what fans want to see, it's not what sponsors pay for, and it's not what Ferrari is known for. But it might be the smartest move in the long run. This is why Hamilton's decision is so important. It's not just about this year. It's about changing how Ferrari thinks, how they plan, and how they respond to problems. It's about leadership. Hamilton is using his voice and his experience to push the team in a direction that could finally bring them success. Of course, there's risk involved. If Project 678 fails, then this decision will be seen as a mistake. But if it works, if the 2026 car is fast and competitive, then Hamilton will be remembered as the person who changed everything, the one who saw the truth and made the hard call. This also puts pressure on Fred Vasseur. He now has to make a decision that could define his time as team principal. Does he stick with his plan and keep pushing the SF-25, or does he follow Hamilton and commit fully to the future? Either way, the next few weeks will be crucial. Inside the team, tensions may start to rise. Leclerc and Hamilton are now on different pages. That could affect how they work together, how data is shared, and how strategy is handled during races. If one driver is thinking about the future and the other is still trying to win now, it's hard to keep everyone aligned. Still, Hamilton's move might be exactly what Ferrari needs. The team has been stuck in a cycle of hope and disappointment for years. Maybe it's time for a new approach. Maybe it's time to stop trying to fix what's broken and start building something new from the ground up. The new regulations in 2026 will change everything. Cars will be lighter, more electric, and more sustainable. The engines will be different. The aerodynamics will be smarter, and the competition will be reset. If Ferrari can get ahead now, they might finally have a chance to return to the top. And Hamilton wants to be the one to lead them there. He didn't come to Ferrari just to add a few more podiums to his record. He came to make history,